character, there was a sense of who he was coming into the world. So kind of understanding, you know, the last 30 years of his life without his father, the privilege that he lived, expressing himself as a famous musician. We only have him to sort of go by in terms of how real that really is, but let's assume it is. Norval's reacting to everything. So the way that he changes and shifts is just purely based on not knowing what's around each bend. And so to a certain degree, Norval's almost like the audience. He's as in the dark as what is really happening as the audience is. So as he's confronted with everything, he's reacting in a very genuine way. And a lot of that artifice disappears, and he's acting in a very primal, instinctual way, and you know, sort of fight or flight, actually.
The script gave me good background, right? I mean, it's kind of a homicidal Jimmy Buffett kind of, you know, looking for the main champs, you know, all his life.
I once accidentally kicked a guy's ear off. I didn't mean to, but the fucker flew off. I could see right into his skull.
But in the situation I'm in, I'm taking my cues from him. Right. He's telling me who to be, and I don't have it. You know,
We're both kind of taking cues from each other in a way.
Yeah.
I have expectations. It's a classic situation of two people who have expectations that are very different of each other, and they're both.
Yeah, it's kind of like a first date.
Yeah.
It's a dance.
It's a dance.
That's why there's a shot of a chessboard to set all that up. I just think the sooner we can drop that terminology, the better. I mean, I think it's really limiting, and I think it's kind of disservice to...
Well, it's a lot less limiting than elevated horror.
Yeah, that's even worse. But just the fact that when you have things like the Babadook and Girl Work, they're all personal projects. They're all from a personal place of purity. So it's kind of like they're just good films, man. It's like, let's just talk about the film itself and not cache them in these sort of like bubbles, because if we... You know, we had people who look at Come to Daddy, they see some imagery and it's like, it's a horror film. It's not a horror film, but, you know, that instantly separates an enormous audience who are...
It becomes a dividing line.
Exactly, so if you just talk about it in context of like the type of film it is that they might like, because, you know, these are the people who go, I'll never go see a film like that. And then I'll stay at home and watch a British crime thriller that's exactly the kind of same freaking thing. So it's this we set up these barriers the way that we discuss all these films, and I think in a way we just box them in, and we should be trying to expand them out as much as possible. I mean, that's why I started my crazy film festival, is to throw shit into the suburbs and not just keep preaching to the converted. Like, that's boring.